What's up, YouTube? It's your boy TV here, and we back again for another video. In today's video, we got War in Camden, ActiveGxng verse 51st. You feel me? So if y'all already not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. It only takes a second, plus it's free. You feel me? So yeah, let's get into it and let's see what's up with it. Let's get into it.
Camden, the heart of fashion and culture in London, with some of the most expensive house prices and biggest tourist attractions in England. And from the outside in, looks like the perfect place to live. But that's what the government want to show you. Once we go deeper into the lower income...
I mean, it's true. Like, there is no state or country that will want to show you the bad place of their city. You feel me? They always want to show you the nice place until you there and you know what's actually going on. So I don't blame them. You feel me?
of the borough, we start to see a different story. A story of the country's most deprived estates in London being separated from roads of millionaires literally by one street, and how these estates have created a deadly gang war which has taken over the borough in recent years. But before I get into the video, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Let's get into the video.
It's crazy. I feel like it's about to be some crazy ass shit going
So
on here.
Camden is a borough in northwest London and is very, very close to the centre of London. But despite the area being so close to the rich centre of the capital, in the last few years the war in the area has been going brazy. So historically, unlike neighbouring areas like Islington and Brent, Camden's beef situation hasn't been as active as others. But this all changed around 2016 when a man from Camden called Merce had his watch stolen from another man from another area in Camden. After this, there was some back and forth, which resulted in a big riot.
Damn. Having your watch stolen, and that will hit you in the wrong place.
In the borough, literally between groups of kids that grew up together. One side being gangs built up from a few estates in Camden, which were the Peckwater gang from the Peckwater estate, the QC gang, which were from a road in Camden called Queen's Crescent, and Cumber, which is a gang made up from an estate called Regent's Park in Cumberland Market. They linked up together and called themselves 51st, due to their postcodes being in NW1 and NW5, which is where the 5 and the 1 come from. And from the other side of the feud, we have a gang called ActiveGxng, which some people may know from their songs, and they're from the Grove estate in Camden. And ActiveGxng are affiliated with another gang.
First of all, how do they know like all their locations and shit? Like, how is it possible they just leak their informations like that? It's just insane, man.
CT1 and NRB, which they all linked up and called themselves 71st. And just like that, the war was now on between 51st and 71st over this watch being stolen. So Camden is actually home to a big Somalian community, with a big portion of them residing in Aga Grove, which is the territory of the 71st gang. Such a big community that the majority of 71st members are actually Somalian. And if you watch one of my previous videos on Mali Strip, Somalian people are people you don't want to be messing with, which you will understand more in this video.
Damn. Wow. That's crazy, bro.
And this beef was on go from early. In 2017, two members of the AG gang, which represent 71st, executed a triple shooting on three 51st members. Two of the members ran to a nearby hospital, but while hospital staff was treating the two members, they also called police to the hospital to investigate the situation. Once the two realized the police was called, they didn't even care about their treatment anymore, and attempted to run out of the hospital while still having bullet wounds lodged in them. But
well, why would you do that? I mean, when the police come, you just don't say nothing. It's just simple. You just don't say nothing. Because your life is more better than you going outside and wandering around and just dying. It's just when it comes asking you questions, just don't say nothing. You don't know shit. It's just simple. Damn. Like, you just stood up and you just dip. Bruh.
police ended up detaining them and arresting them after a struggle between the both. The reason they wanted to run was because all three members are actually wanted for suspicion of grievous bodily harm, which all three were eventually arrested for. Now, of course, 51st
So I guess
weren't
they
happy
know.
about this triple shooting, and they were trying to get it back in blood. So they went lurking on the Aga Grove estate and shot a rival in the face with a shotgun. The rival actually managed to survive and make...
What? They shot him in the face with a shotgun? What? Bruh. And how the heck you survive? Yo, you were one lucky ass guy, bro. You so lucky. Like, bruh, you really lucky. I'm gonna lie. Like, luck is really on your side, bruh. On your face and you still survived and you went to the hospital. Whoa, you really had the will to leave. Like, you really wanted to leave for real.
own way back to hospital. But this beef really kicked off in a situation that wasn't even linked to both of the gangs. So on February 2017, a 16-year-old girl had an Airbnb party in Kensington, West London. You know those type of parties where a girl invites 7 different types of gangs and asks people to meet
Nah,
up
it's
with
gonna
her?
be a
Yeah, one of
setup.
those. So at this party,
It's
there were
gonna be a
people from all
setup.
over London there. But a few uninvited guests tried to pull up to the party. One of these people being a boy from 51st called Dottie and his friend, who pulled up to the party with a gun and knife looking for trouble. But the night turned left for Dottie and his friend, and ended up with Dottie being chased down by 20 young boys. And when the boys
Damn. So basically, how they know you brought a knife and gun over there? It's only if you flashing it and you showing the people like, yeah, you won't be something like that, and then it turns left, or someone snitched on you. If y'all know the story about this particular one, leave it in the comment below because I really want to know like what really happened at the party. Either the girl set you up, or you were just flashing your shit around and just showing it around, trying to, get the beef itself, and shit turned left. Because I feel like there's another part of the story right here. But if you guys know what it is, leave it in the comment below. Let me know.
about him, they stabbed him 13 times altogether, which actually resulted in Dottie dying, which 4 16-year-old boys from Hackney and Tottenham were sentenced and convicted for. So 51st were
There were 20 people chasing him. So how they arrest only 4? It doesn't make sense at all. So basically they're trying to say it's 4 people that actually did the stabbing. Like they just went in there, dig in. But rest in peace to that guy, man. Rest in peace to him, man. Damn.
about this situation, obviously, that their member Dottie was just stabbed to death. So they were out trying to get revenge. So they went out for revenge in a stolen BMW and travelled all the way from Camden, northwest London, to Hackney in East London.
What's the thing with people stealing racing cars, bro? Stealing racing cars just not to drive it for a day, but to commit a crime for a day. Really? Really?
And then to Tottenham in North London, because that's where the people who killed Dottie were from. But they ended up finding no one from both areas. But they weren't trying to go home without spilling some blood first. So 51st went all the way back to Camden to look for 71st members, and found an
What?
affiliate member of 71st called AK and killed him. But they weren't done there. They were riding for a whole...
Shoo. They killed him. And so basically anybody that see in Camden and they feel like you from that block, they just gonna kill you. So that's what happened then. Because it could be like the person doesn't know shit about it. But just cause you from that block, they just gonna give it to you because they want all the beef, they want all the smoke at that point. Damn.
Another 2 hours looking for more 71st members, and found the 71st member called Mitch's little brother. Mitch's little brother attempted to run into a cab and begged the driver to drive him to safety. But
Yeah,
the driver
that's good.
refused to
That's
leave,
good.
and he was dragged out of the cab and stabbed to death by...
Oh no, 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 bruh, no. That cab driver need to be arrested, bruh, because basically you're helping those people killing him, and you did shit about you basically did nothing about it. That cab driver need to be arrested, bruh, because when someone is working at the deli, fast food, whatever it is, taxi driver, whatever it is, and someone is in need of help, and it feels like the person really needs help. You can see it that the person really needs help. Help that person, bro. Just help that person. You should have just drove away with the person in the car. It's just that simple, bro. Like, damn. They just killed him, and you the cop driver, you there, and you be like, on the next day you be like, shit, you should have helped him, this, that. Try, but bro, you already said no, bro. You always help them, bro. That's why you a cop driver, bro. It's crazy.
51st members, all within 2 hours of their first murder they committed that night, and 6 members were sentenced to life for these murders. Then on September 4th,
Wow.
2017, a member from 51st called Flips and the older brother of the second boy who died that night called Mitch bumped into each other on Hampstead Road in Camden and started getting into a little altercation, which ended with Flips
Ooh.
stabbing Mitch in his arm, neck and back, leaving the knife
Wow. Arm, neck, and back. Wow. I hope he survives, though.
dodged into Mitch's bones and murdering him. An undercover policeman just happened to witness this whole
He killed
situation
him.
and ran down Phillips and arrested him. And that
Damn. He was not lucky at that moment in time, bro. Y'all let me know. Is it like a thing? Like in the UK, like there's a lot of undercover cops and shit. Is it like a thing? Wow.
Phillips is serving 17 years to life for this murder. After this, the beef in Camden went under some serious investigation by police, and members from all sides started to get taken down for conspiracies, firearms, and drug charges.
Wow.
And the beef started to die down a bit. But then 2019 hit, and quite a lot of the members that were locked up started to come out. And taking in consideration that 51st members, just before everyone started going to prison, had killed 3 71st members. 71st members started coming out of prison on some demon time, and were most definitely looking for revenge with no warnings.
They want blood. At that moment, it's blood for blood. They just want blood. At that moment, it's just simple.
First signs that 71st was really back was on a cold Tuesday in February. 1 a.m. in the morning, a 51st member called Gxng was walking past the Sainsbury's in Camden when a 4x4 crashed into him and several 71st members jumped out on him like a pack of wolves, stabbing.
What are you doing in 1 a.m. in the morning, bruh? It's 1 a.m. in the morning. What the fuck you doing outside, bruh?
Repeatedly in his head and body, leaving him literally paralyzed and not being able to walk. But that wasn't enough for
Oh,
71st.
nah. That's worse than death. That right there is worse than death. Like, being paralyzed, nah. They like basically killed you. That's worse than death, bruh.
Members. They wanted someone dead for their friends. So on April 1st, 2019, a suspected member of 51st called C. Miz and his cousin were walking down Grafton Road in Gospel Oak, Camden, when 4 71st members jumped out a stolen black car and started chasing them. C. Miz and his cousin split up, but unfortunately the men who jumped out of the car locked onto C. Miz, and C. Miz ended up...
Yo, I have to know how many cars are like stolen a day in the UK. Like, how many cars are stolen a day in the UK? Yes, I feel like every crime in the UK, there's a car involved, a stolen car involved. So, what's going on, man?
into the ground when the 71st members started to stab him repeatedly with machetes and then run from the scene. After this murder, 71st members made a song called Congo, and the reason why they called it Congo is because C-Miz was actually a refugee from Congo after him and his family fled the war from over there. And members repeatedly in their songs say that they get their weed from Congo, not Cali. Pretty much just trying to say that they're smoking on C-Miz. And that's...
They violated him whilst he was even dead. They still violated him, bruh. Damn. They did not go easy on him, man.
Before, the majority of these 71st members are Somalian. So after all of this, there was news going about in Camden that 51st members were out on the lurk, and any Somalian they see, they're killing.
Heard some really strong intelligence that there is...
Any Somalian they see, they're killing. So are they trying to say they're like killing everybody on the block, basically? Because the whole community is made out of Somalians, basically. Like, I think it's like 80% of Somalians. That's what he said. But damn, so you killing everybody who looks Somalian, basically? Damn, bro.
Be revenge for Calvin's killing, and his friends have literally said they are going to go out and kill any Somali in retaliation. So I just want to make that really clear. This is from a young Somali woman in Camden who's 24 years old. And basically, we strongly suspect they're going to go out tonight and kill a Somali.
Which is probably a bit of a stretch. But on the other hand, 71st members kept saying that they're warring with Jalirs, which is basically the Somalian word for West African people. Because you have to remember, despite Somalians being dark-skinned and African, a lot of Somalians don't really see themselves the same as other black people. So this was kind of...
What the heck? Okay, if you don't see yourself as a dark skin, what are you? An alien? What are you? It's either you have a dark skin or not. It's just simple, bruh. Do you have a dark skin or not? So you can't just say you can't see yourself as all the black people because you practically black.
Into a race war between Somalian and black people in Camden, which is just all wrong for so many reasons. But 71st weren't happy enough with the killing of C. Miz. They wanted to spill more blood. So August 12, 2019, 6 members started circling the states of 51st members in a stolen Ford Fiesta and a stolen Seat. They spotted 16-year-old culprit and other members coming out of a restaurant around 10:30 p.m. Culprit and other members ran to a nearby set of blocks near Euston Road. But 71st members found them later on that night, and 3 members jumped out and chased them down, catching up to the 16-year-old 51st member called Culprit. Culprit was running for his life and literally screaming for help, banging on neighbors' doors to let him in. So he could escape his attackers. But when the 71st members caught up to him, 2 71st members held him, while a 3rd member repeatedly pushed a 1 foot long.
Where they been getting this knife from, bruh? Yo, this looks like a type of knife that when you use. This looks like the type of knife when you use and you're pulling it back out. It pulls something back out with it. Like, bruh.
While it was coming out of his back. And when the 71st members were done, the killers were said to be running away after, laughing hysterically, which is what bystanders said. And Culprit, he was just any normal kid from London. He was talented at football and even had trials for Southampton Football Club, but started getting involved.
Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to anybody who died in this video, bro. Because there's just so much going on, bro. So much going on.
The local gang and brushed aside his football, and unfortunately became a victim of the streets. Now, as these back and forths normally go, 51st were now looking for revenge on their recent errors, and there were many stabbings across the month. And early on in September, there was a case of 3 killings in 5 days in Camden. One of these being a man from a completely different area all the way in East London, but unfortunately he was walking at the wrong place at the wrong time. So he was actually walking on Queen's Crescent Estate, which is a hotspot for 51st members, and was shot and killed in a drive-by, being mistaken for a 51st member. Just an hour before, another woman was...
I just said that, bruh. I just said that. So basically, they coming after everybody they see on the block at that time. So if you're not lucky enough, and they're driving by and it just goes, ran, then you're just not lucky enough, bruh. I just said that.
To death just a few hundred yards from the situation. And 4 days later, a 71st member called Nuts was stabbed to death by a gang of 51st members with machetes outside one of the busiest areas in London, Camden Tube Station. And for the longest, a lot of people didn't even know all this stuff was going on until a 71st member called Suspect started jumping on the drill scene, calling himself the Camden Grim Reaper, and releasing some of the most disrespectful tunes towards his ops. So much that police take down pretty much any song that the gang uploads, which really started to bring some attention to what's happening down there, and definitely got the attention of me, especially a song from Suspect called Dugout, which is probably one of the most disrespectful songs I've ever heard, and really makes you deep how tapped this whole beef is. In one of his lines, he says,
"Same place we used to play runouts, is the same place his chest got dug out. Same place I was telling you play out, is the same place I'm telling you come out."
Which really makes you think, damn, these guys were close friends at one time, and now they're trying to kill each other. All stemming...
That's the thing, man. There is no beef that ever stop without you not knowing the person. You'll always know the person. Like, it's your own friends that always, like, do shit. So, I mean, I fuck with Suspect for real. So, it's always your friends, the same people you know, that always stab you in the back. So, that's the way it is.
A little small altercation that happened a couple years back. But anyway, guys, that's it for today's video, and peace out.
Yo. This is crazy, man. Rest in peace to anybody who died in this video, bro. Because I can't imagine what their families is feeling right now. Like they're paying their in right now. I can't really imagine it, bro. But if there is a part of this whole story we just heard that it's not true, you guys leave it in the comment below. What really happened? Like in most of the stories that we're hearing right now, like the whole beef between the AGs and the 51s. You feel me? But yeah, I guess this is the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all don't forget to subscribe, because it's free. You feel me? Subscribe to the channel. You feel me? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.